if there's a guy I don't have to sell too hard on, it's LaNorris Sellers from South Carolina. This guy has got all the talent to be a number one overall pick, to be a superstar in the league. Can he develop? That's the big question. There's a couple of key weaknesses that he's got to look at. I'm going to go through the film here. I got 7 games from last year. They play Virginia Tech this weekend. I'm really excited to see how he looks versus that Hokie defense. But this is a guy that could be the number one overall pick after this season. Let's get into the film breakdown. Also, I'm back home again in Indiana. I'm done. I've finished my move. So sorry, I've been a little ways and things like that, trying to figure things out. I'm pretty unhandy too when it comes to putting things together. So it took me extra longs and times. I finally got a job to it. I'm a server at Texas Roadhouse. Let's go. Yeehaw. This is what I'm supposed to say either which way. But we're ready to go now. I'm ready for football season just in time. It was a little bit of a sweat there, close call. Let's start with the Clemson game. We're going to go game by game. It's not in any particular order, but this will be each game. We'll break it down into sections. We're going to start off with the strengths, and then we'll get to the weaknesses at the very end of this film session. So I like to start off with a little bit of craziness, right? And if you want to sum up LaNorris Sellers, this is just insane. Like, oh, look, it's on the ground. Unbelievable. I can't enough. I can watch that on replay over and over and again. You can tell. I don't even know what to say about this sort of thing. Like, that's insane. LaNorris Sellers is just a freak. You're going to see this through over and over and over again. So you're going to see my chin drop multiple times. How does he get away? These are 3. Those Clemson defenders, those are like maybe the number one overall pick there could be in these guys. Peter Woods, right? TJ Parker. You've got studs making these guys look sick out here. Silly, should I say, or sick. They probably are after this. It's crazy what he can do with his legs and his escapability. He is so difficult to tackle. That's really the first thing. If you're going to watch LaNorris Sellers, even just the highlight film, that's the first thing you're going to notice from LaNorris Sellers, how difficult this man is to tackle. He's like a mix of Ben Roethlisberger, Anthony Richardson, combination, whatever the heck you want to call him. He runs a little bit like Caleb Williams, too. I don't know if he reminds me a little bit of him, but he's more of an athletic version than Caleb Williams. But he's got a lot of similarities to the way he runs to him. There's the Kentucky film. You're going to see he can layer some throws. In this game, you see him more as a true drop-back passer, even though he still has that escapability for sure. He keeps his eyes downfield, finding his receiver here, and you're going to see a little back cam on this one. Escaping the pocket, rolling to the left, finding his receiver wide open down at the sidelines here. He's going to read off the safety pretty well, and we can stop this one here. He kind of, look at this. He's reading this safety up top here, and he's going to determine these guys. This guy stays low, this hook defender, throws it right over him, and a beautiful pass. So he can definitely layer throws. He's got excellent arm talent. We're going to see more of that arm talent very, very soon on display. Let me get out the mouse out of the way here so you don't see that. Now, hey, some of this stuff, it's like, I wanted to point this out. This is a good and a bad throw. I mean, I like the fact that he's willing to laser this thing into a tight window, and it's a good throw, but you, at the same time, you got to be careful. You don't want to kill shot your wide receiver, and that's a little bit tight. It was an incomplete pass, but it's a little bit of pro and a con there. Here he is once again, just running. And look at his speed, too. The dude's got legit burners. Dude, that one guy gave up. Like, but the coach was talking to him like, dude, you got to keep going after that guy. You could tell he slowed down. Nice little vertical pass here with some good touch. And he's got really good touch on his passes. He definitely does. Here's a wide open throw, but you got to hit these, right? And when you talk about, some of these quarterbacks who don't end up succeeding, you got to hit those layups. You got to be able to hit open throws. That's going to be more we talk about when we get into the weaknesses, because it is still a weakness of his game is his accuracy. His escapability, though, that's not a weakness. And once again, it's just making these dudes look silly. These are really, really good athletes here in the SEC. Good delivering down the middle there. He gets through his progressions and finds his receiver open in the middle of the field. Once again, just finding a receiver's open here. He does a pretty good job with eye manipulation for such a young player. I do think that's something he's got to get better at. Overall, I wouldn't say it's something that I came away and I'm like, oh my gosh, he can't read the field or anything like that. It's definitely something he can improve upon, but when you're a 19-year-old guy, that's something I can expect a little bit of a lenience on. Super young player. I mean, just golly, man, that's unbelievable. I don't even know. What is he benching out here? It's not even the bench. I think it's his lower body. His lower half. Look how strong his lower half looks. I mean, I don't mean to look at the legs. I mean, maybe you should blur it out or something. But dude, he's that strong. We got to blur it out. He is unbelievably strong. Here's a little deep pass with pressure in his face. Great throw. I mean, yeah, he was a little bit behind, but he got hit in his arm too. So that's pretty impressive. His arm talent, he's got no issues. Good ball placement right there too. In this Texas A&M game, the amount of times you have free rushers coming at him was unbelievable. I mean, I counted at least like 4 times you have free rushers coming right at him, and he was able to break through at least 3 of them. Just crazy. It is. Good pass here. I know he's open, but that's not an easy pass with defenders coming in your face. So he delivered that on the money. Once again, good touch throw. Here he is, just breaking tackles, scramble drill. Look at his vision. He's got really good vision to an open field. Look at the vision, man. Better than some running backs out here, too. And there's another free rusher. Spin moves him off. It's just making it look simple. Let's take a look at this one here. Just kind of getting out of the pocket again. And then he's going to pick up the first down. Watch this. Oh, trucks him. Insane, man. Not many quarterbacks do that. You're not going to see Tom Brady's amazing, but you're not going to see guys like that go crazy. Areas of improvement, though. There's plenty of areas of improvement. Let's start off with the Kentucky game. Again, going through this game by game. Fumbles. You're going to see that recurring in this film breakdown. I think he had at least, I counted for at least 10 fumbles. Here's another issue. He sails passes at times. Overthrow. That's really one of his biggest inaccuracy issues is the overthrow. There's another fumble. I can make a whole compilation of fumbles with Anthony. Here's another fumble. There's 3. We're just getting started. Trust me. An overthrow right there. So you're going to, you're going to see overthrows and fumbles be the priority. That was just kind of a YOLO throw. I didn't really like that one. You're going to see one here in a minute too. Another fumble. So I just have to mention that. You're going to see one here just in a little bit versus the Alabama game. That was just a bad read. I don't know what he was looking at right there. Alabama throw, underthrow. This was one of the underthrows with pressure in his face. He was leaning on his back foot too. So those are just things, mechanics. And when you got pressure in your face, I don't care who you are, fumble. You're not. It's a fumble. I told you. It's a reoccurring issue. So ball security might be his biggest thing he needs to improve upon. Let's take a look at this one here. Gets out of the pocket well, just a bit of an overthrow. That I can excuse a little bit. This is an unexcusable one, even though he does have pressure in his face. That was like an airmail. So here we go. This is 3rd and 8, game on the line. I want to go back to this, okay? Because this is critical. If they needed a touchdown, I could get by with this. And yes, they don't have any timeouts. So you say he's got to get a first down. And I totally get that. But here's the thing. This guy's wide open over here. Let me get the mouse. He's wide open over here. You can hit him, get the first down, get down quickly, or he's got room to get out of bounds. He's got plenty of space to get out of bounds. It's not, they still have 12 seconds here. So even if he is in bounds, if he gets the first down, remember it's college rules, so you can stop the clock. At least give your field goal kicker a chance. This, to me, he's just YOLOing this pass. So bad decision from LaNorris Sellers and something I want to see him improve upon. This is a tight coverage throw, and it's another area where I'd say poor decision-making. See this guy right here? This little roaming spy? When he sees him rum up like this, I think this is the pass right here, and this defender's dropping back in this lane. It's just a bit too tight for my liking to throw this pass. And yes, he has the arm talent, but a good defender, that's going to be an interception, really. Or it could be. It was maybe a little too high. Maybe you need to be Richard Sherman to get that one. There's another high pass that resulted in an interception. So it's just kind of something. Oh, here's another one I do want to go back to real quick as well. And this is key. When you're talking about down and distance, too. 4th down and 4. You got to pick up this first down, of course. You don't have to. You're winning 21-6. It's not like the game's on the line here. Here's my opinion, though. When you're looking at something like this, let's go before the ball is thrown, okay? He's kind of staring these guys down here. So first read probably is this curl, this hitch, and it's not there. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. The other one is this post to the sideline out here. And it's tight coverage. Plus, you have help from this flat defender or curl defender. Technically, it's a cloud defender. Overall, though, I would say that in this case scenario, I would rather hit this flat defender because this, to me, is a low percentage throw. At least with this one, it's like, okay, you give yourself a chance to be able to make this defender miss right here. Ideally, you say, okay, none of these guys are here, and you come back across the field because they have more numbers here. And you could come back to this inside. Yes, you do have to get the ball out. So I get that. And that's fair enough. And that's not, really anything. He couldn't have gotten it to this guy anyway on the backside in. So my view is this is really the target that I would hit is the guy in the flat. And then your hope is that he can make a man miss. This throw to me is just a very low percentage throw. Once again, very small nitpick. I just have to point it out there in my view. Fumble. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. This is just, maybe misread the defender, the flat. He was kind of in a spy. Lobbed it in here. This is one. He's going to get mad at his receiver, but to me, this is on LaNorris. This defender's breaking on this, and this throw's late. This throw should have been out right here. Okay, that's when this throw should have been out. Look at that extra hitch. So maybe a little bit of mechanical thing. The footwork wasn't ready, and it leads to an interception. Next one, still versus Clemson here. Does get hit. Very tight coverage, though. Tipped, intercepted. Another one versus Clemson. Oof, dangerous, right? Dangerous throw. Possibly late again. If you're going to anticipate this throw, that has to be out now, right now, because you're giving this linebacker time. And he gives him weight. Again, once again, the feet aren't quite set. Takes too long. Hitch. Could have been easily intercepted. Got away with it. Overall, easy to intercept those passes. There's a little bit behind him, and we continue to talk about the accuracy being, a little bit of a concern. I'm not going to be a concern about the escapability, that's for sure. Does a great job in this part, so it's a catch-22, just airmails his wide receiver. That would have been an amazing play. Here's another one. Gets out of it. At this point, though, I can forgive him taking a sack here, especially with where you're at this point in the field, because you can say, all right, it gives your punter more space. At the same time, I still like to see him get rid of the ball. It is 3rd and 9, so I can excuse some of that. Once again, that's more of a nitpick right there. Don't want to take big sacks. Oh, I do want to point this out, too, because it goes and it takes a look at the camera. And this is why I say this, too. This is why another reason why I pointed out this play, because here's my view. And another area of growth for him, as I mentioned earlier, is still getting through his progressions. I think he'd get through like his 1/2 side, 1 to 2. I want to see him get to the backside dig more consistently. And that's a case right here where I want to see him improve upon. This is an area where, look at the numbers, okay? You have 4 defenders over right here. You have 3 wide receivers. To me, that's a signal. He needs to get his eyes over here to this right side. Look at this guy. He's playing more flat. Look at his feet right now. And he knows this guy's going to be running a backside dig. You get your head turned around here, and you hit this guy on inside leverage. You throw this right here. That's a high percentage throw. He's still staring at this side of the field with all these defenders. That's a big concern for me, as something he needs to work on a little bit more this season. Next one versus Illinois. This is just another airmail. As I mentioned earlier, that's kind of his other issue, is just overthrowing defenders. Another overthrow. Kind of also a bit of a kill shot there. He does a good job getting away from the sack. Tight throw, airmail, another one of those. Here's a fumble. So it's repetitive. We're probably going to see another fumble here in just a minute. Overthrow, double coverage. So I'm done giving him a hard time for fumbles. But ball security, probably the number one issue he needs to work on. Going and recapping and giving a little player comp and projection, stuff like that. My grade first is 1st through 2nd round. Comfortable giving this guy a 1st round mock draft grade at the moment. The dude has got elite traits, elite talent. Just needs to put together some things like the ball security. I know, I'm sorry. The accuracy, though, and the decision-making. Decision-making's okay. It's more of the anticipation and the nuances of the game. Those sort of things. Getting to those backside digs more consistently. Those are things I think he needs to work on and continue to get better on. I can give you a little bit of pass, and that's why I didn't harp on too much during the film, because he's a super young player. If it's a problem again this year, we will definitely point that out, and that will be adjusted in the grade even more. But for the time being, as I was saying, he's a young player, 1st year starting. Let's see a little more development, and that's typically the thing that develops the most going into year number 2 in general when you're a quarterback and stuff. But the accuracy does have to get better. The mechanics in general, the footwork, the release, I'd like to see smoothed up a little bit. So those things, if you can improve those things, that to me would be a huge top 10 grade at that point. The big things that he does so well, of course, it's the arm talent. He's got really good arm talent. He can make all the throws. He's got decent enough flexibility. It's not like a loose arm. He's not like Bryce Young level loose or anything like that, but he's got a loose arm. I think his overall rushing ability is going to set him apart, right? He is a legit threat. He is a bulldozer out there. He looks like he's Marshawn Lynch at times when he is as a ball carrier. Plus, his vision as a ball carrier is really good too. So he's got great vision. He is so difficult to bring down, and it's just a matter of, can defenders in the NFL, are they going to struggle tackling this guy? You're going to have to game plan around LaNorris Sellers. My comp for him, I know Anthony Richardson's going to come up quite a bit. He reminds me a little bit like Dante Culpepper vibes or something. I don't know, the way he throws the ball and everything, some of the talent. So we'll see. Anyway, comps are always tricky, and everybody's unique to themselves. So I don't want to disrespect any of those guys, and LaNorris or Dante, both very good players. So let me know what you think on LaNorris Sellers. I am super hyped to see, man. This season's going to be crazy. Let me know what you think. Let me know which prospects you want to see next, too. I hope you guys have a really cool day. My name's G Sling. I'll see you later.